It's very rare that I watch an anime and it genuinely makes me think about my life after I watched it. But man, Erased's messages were so powerful that I actually couldn't help it. Erased was a phenomenal watch, and it's pretty shocking that they were able to pack so much story content into just 12 episodes without it feeling too rushed at the same time. This anime got a decent amount of emotional reaction out of me, which is impressive because I'm not a very emotional person. I've heard a lot about Erased, and most of them were good things, but nigga, y'all ain't say it was this good. Let's pull up a chair. Let's chop it up, gang. Today we're talking about Erased. But before we get into it, as always, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more anime analysis and review videos just like this one. You know how we do things right here. First, we start off with the story. The story in Erased is really godlike, gang, to put it simply. It's a big-ass murder mystery with a time travel element, and its execution is damn near flawless. Our story follows a 29-year-old aspiring manga artist named Satoru. Satoru experiences these phenomena called revives, where he's essentially stuck in these loops where something bad is about to happen. He acts on his first revive and prevents a boy from dying in an accident. During the second revive, his mother prevents his kidnapping from happening. But this backfires and ended up getting his mother killed, and it ended up getting him framed for it. So now he's on the run while looking for the real killer. His coworker Irie voluntarily gets caught up in this bullshit, in this whole dilemma, but she believes him and takes his side for it and helps him out. It puts her in danger because the killer tries to burn her house down like not too long after he linked up with her. He eventually has another revive, but it puts him 18 years in the past around that same time where this traumatic incident happened when he was a kid, where his 2 classmates died and a girl from a neighbor's school dies too. And he believes that all these are connected, or otherwise he wouldn't have got put this far back. So he goes through his past trying to protect all 3 of the victims and find out who's responsible for all of this. This shit was perfectly done in my opinion. It wasn't predictable at all, and there are a absurd amount of scenes and sequences that just hit. All the scenes where Satoru and Kaio were just like talking. The scenes where Satoru tried to get cool with Kaio were so good, nigga. The scene where they're in that place that's in literally every anime ever was extremely powerful, strictly because how blunt and awkward the conversation was. When she asked Satoru could he kill someone for her, I was like, well, shit, initially. But now that I think about it, that one question told us a lot. They already let us know and like dropped hints that she was getting abused at home, but that question reveals things are way worse than they seem. She's completely desensitized to the beatings, and any form of attachment that she had with her mother is gone. And her mother caused her so much pain to the point where there's parts of her that wish she was dead. And that's really crazy to think about because they're like 9 years old, thinking about shit and exploring things that are extremely heavy even for adults. I really vibe with and understand Kaio because that's the life that I lived growing up. I was abused like shit and that was ass. That shit was terrible. Your home and your family is supposed to be like a safe space and your place of refuge, become a home to live in more fear than you have in the outside world. It's really wild. It causes excruciating pain since you don't get the break and relief that you're supposed to get when you're at home. And on top of that, the feeling that you're not seeing your calls for help aren't heard, no matter how loud they are, it's like some of the worst shit ever. It's some shit that you shouldn't have to experience as a kid, let alone as someone at Kaio's age. You dead ass wonder like why they had you to begin with. Her wanting her abuser dead was super real, and I understand because I wouldn't mind that. The scene at the park was really good too, because you can kind of see Kaio's true self come out. She tries to hide her smile and shit. You can see that she's still capable of expressing joy, which makes me happy considering all the bullshit she went through, which makes her really mentally strong now that I think about it. Seeing her finally get around the people that she deserved really filled me with joy. The scene with Kaio's grandmother pulled up was fire too, because it's a prime example of we don't do what our parents say, we do what our parents do. And it shows us that her people. Kaio's mom is still a piece of shit, but at least they showed us why. Her own mother abused her, and that was a result of her husband abusing her. So all this trauma just being passed down from generation to generation. One thing that I appreciated as the story did was show us what failure looked like. We actually got to see Satoru fail twice where everything worked out. I knew the first time around the whole thing with Kaio was actually just too good to be true. And once I seen she was absent from school, I knew something bad was about to happen. How that nigga found out was horrible too. He literally seen her OG dump a trash bag out front of her house, and he seen that her body was in it. Shit was wicked and disgusting, and it made me feel extremely uneasy. He failed in the present too. He couldn't find the killer before the law caught up to him, and he even seen the killer on the walk to the squad car when he was in the cuffs, folks. He literally broke down and pleaded for another chance, showing that he had no other options at this point. Complete failure isn't something that we see often in anime, so it was actually cool to see what it would look like. I kind of had a feeling it was a teacher the whole time. That he was a constant in all these scenarios. He checked off every box. He was Satoru's safe space and a person that he saw as a father, so he got information out of him pretty easily. He was conveniently there all the time to help. I mean, all the time. So it seemed like he was on some other shit the whole time. The reveal was perfectly done too. The second Satoru opened that glove compartment and didn't see 4 pounds of lollipops come out that bitch, I was like, uh-oh. The whole scene had me like reacting like crazy. I was like, I knew it. But also I was like, wait, you dirty motherfucker. That reveal scene was so fire. It was so well done. Hats off to you niggas for that. That was so raw. The ending was super satisfying too. To see that he completely saved everyone and came up with that plan to get his teacher locked up and having it all work out was cool. I'm glad it didn't end there though when his teacher was getting arrested, because that damn near would have pissed me off. Because it seemed like my boy Satoru was getting like the shit end of the stick. But then they fast forwarded and showed that he ended up being a famous manga artist, showing that he's currently working on a story about his experiences. I was like, cool. That's cool. At least he living straight. But then I was wondering if Irie was like out the picture completely, because they technically never met at this point, because so much stuff changed from the past. But once they revealed her at the end, I was like, well played. Shit made me smell hard as hell. It was a perfect conclusion to this amazing ass story. I really love what they did with that. They did the story extremely well. The conclusion wasn't obvious, and there are a bunch of plot twists and fake outs that kept the story fresh and engaging, which I appreciated a lot. The story actually makes you think a decent amount. Now let's move on to characters and character interactions. The same justice that got done for the story definitely got done for the characters too, gang. They show love to everyone on the cast, so we're gonna run through a few of my favorites. Satoru is a great MC. He's super smart and extremely compassionate. Folks really ride for his homies and his beliefs to the point where he even breaks the rules and makes some questionable ass decisions in the process. He's dead ass about to try to kill or at least physically harm Kaio's mom, and he would have done it if Kenya didn't stop him. And when the school lunch money went missing and Shorty tried to bully Kaio after she planted in her bag, he blacked out on her goofy ass and she got her ass outcast just like she deserved. And it's crazy, because he still tried to protect her and put his life on the line for her after that little stunt. He's simply just a real nigga. He been one since a shorty. He's so loyal to his cause that you practically have to root for this nigga. I love how cool he is with his OG too. He's really honest with her most of the time, and he lets her know that he appreciates her. He also shared pretty funny moments with her too. When they're in the bedroom and she asked, he was like, hey gang, am I third wheel in here? He was like, hell yeah. And she make this shit. That shit had me howling. That shit was so funny. Him and his OG really like best friends, and their dynamic is extremely entertaining. Satoru is really goated. I'm glad everything worked out for bro. He really deserved it. Speaking of his OG goated too. She damn near the coolest mom in all the anime. She's so understanding when it comes to Satoru, and you can tell that she taught him well, raised him well, because look at what her son has become. She don't care if her son break the rule, because she knows he's doing it for the right reason, and she's smart as hell too. All the stuff that Satoru was plotting and not telling her, she already knew, and she just be helping him in the background, showing him that he got her full unwavering support all the way through, and reassuring that she's with him no matter what, constantly. And I'm dead ass, like, she don't play about her son. She cared for him during that entire 15-year span he was in a coma, and was always around when he woke up. She's truly a blessing. She's damn near the best mother in all of anime too. That's not a light statement. That's not a title that can be easily taken. Of course I think Kaio goated, nigga. That's me, nigga. Her story is way too similar to mine. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been happier for an anime character since Naofumi at the end of Shield Hero Season 1. I'm glad she got up out that terrible household and got to a loving home. I wanted her to win so badly, and seeing that she was happily married with a family in the present can only mean that it's safe to say that she did. And I'm glad she deserved it. Kenya is a GOAT too. I like how cool and grounded he was about this whole situation. His loyalty to Satoru is unbreakable. Like, folks really held it down. Bro ass became a lawyer because of all this, which is really rough. He was there to help Satoru the whole time, and he made sure to let him know that he's never gonna fight alone again. He actually backed his words up. They really did everyone justice in this. I really love these characters and how real these characters feel. Usually a lot of anime characters feel real unrealistic in situations in their way of thinking, but not here. Everyone feels like you know a person in real life just like them. Good shit, y'all. Now let's move on to looks, presentation, and music. Not gonna lie, I really wasn't expecting much from the looks of this show, but I was pleasantly surprised. There are some beautiful ass shots in this show. They do the little camera shot thing where they like pan the camera to make it feel like a really big project, which is always appreciated over here. My personal favorite shot is the scene where Satoru took Kaio to see the tree. That shit was gorgeous. This anime actually looks really good, and I appreciate the effort they put in the visual aspects of this show. The music and sound effects are pretty good too. There's a few moments in here where the sound effects will throw you off on purpose, and I really appreciate that. It really keeps me on my toes 24/7, making sure I wasn't lacking when I was watching this. They really blacked out in the ocular and the auditory department. Hats off to the teams that worked on this. Y'all did a really good job. Overall, I think everyone should watch Erased. I genuinely think that there's something in here that everyone can appreciate, and there's a lot of good-ass lessons in this show. This show had me thinking about appreciating my life more, since Satoru got 15 years of his life taken away from him for doing the right thing, might I add. It genuinely made me rethink things while being fun, thought-provoking, and sweet all at the same time. Erased is a really amazing experience, and it's kind of wild it's only 12 episodes. I feel like I got more story in this than some multiple season anime. Please give it a watch if you haven't yet. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. But that's all for me, man. As always, y'all have a great day. Love y'all, man. Peace.